Says I'm live right there. Do you see me? All right, man. Man, little early. Anybody give me a sound check out there? I'd appreciate it. I think I got a little problem between my uh, broadcast software and YouTube. I think there's a little delay going here. So if things ain't exactly right, just let me know. Kind of hate this program, but it's the only one I could get to work with my computer. I had another software set up, but it just wouldn't work out. So, all right. Thanks, Biggs, for the 5x5. I'm glad you're here with us. I watched your video earlier. That's a great haul you got. You sent. Where are you sending that to? I didn't catch it. I know you're sending it to a soldier. Is that your son? Where's he located exactly? We need to support our troops, that's for sure. So hopefully you'll get that off to him soon. That was a pretty good little haul you had today. But we're going to talk about a few things here today that not a lot of folks, I don't think you see them talking about it in the mainstream media, or maybe I just missed it. But I mean, every morning I've searched several news sites, and watch news, different cable outlets and stuff. But one that's going to affect us all, I think, and let me get this one out of the way right quick, is Amazon has paused the opening of 18 warehouses, new ones that they're setting up across the country. And that brings it to a total of 40 distribution centers that they're not going to open. The only thing I can think is people just aren't spending money and they're having to shut these places down, or not open them, I should say. But that's going to affect us all, because just like everybody else, I like to get online and order a few things and have them brought to the house. And that might slow it down quite a bit. Like Saturday, we ordered some strawberries, some dehydrated strawberries, Saturday morning, probably about 10 o'clock. And they were on our front porch by 4 o'clock. So, I mean, I kind of like that myself. But that's probably going to slow down like everything else in this economy. People just don't have money to spend, and it's hurting all the way up and down the supply chain. Hey, Tammy, glad you're with us. Glad you joined us. I appreciate it. You're here every week. You're loyal. I really do appreciate that. Got a new one in the house I haven't seen before, Michael. Appreciate you coming and joining us. Hope you can stop in and see us occasionally, and hopefully I can teach you something. I try to go over a few headlines here and of things you might not have saw, but then we're going to get into the prepping. I got to get back to the prepping. I've just been kind of lax with that. But here's a good one. This is great right here. Last week, we talked about the video that was sent out to all the New York City residents about how to prepare for a nuclear attack. And then I think on Thursday, following us discussing that last Monday, they sent this tweet out to everybody about getting together a go bag. That amazes me how all this is going on, and it's only going on in New York City. I had a friend on social media, say that maybe they know something we don't. Well, I don't think that's possible. I mean, it might be, but I don't think so. If New York City was under a threat, more than just that one city would know about it. And officials in other locations around there would be doing the same thing New York City's doing. But hey, I could be wrong. I might be totally wrong. But it don't look good when a city tells the residents, how to prepare for a nuclear attack, and then the following week they tell them, get together a go bag and this is what you need to put in it. It's a different time than when I grew up, and I grew up during the Cuban Missile Crisis. So I remember that like it was yesterday. But, it's obviously getting serious in New York. Another thing I want to touch on here before we well, a couple of things actually before we get into what I wanted to talk about is this right here. This is a beauty right here. This is Gavin Newsom in California. They pushed a law through that if somebody has a well on their private property, they have to pay tax on the water that they take out of the ground, trying to control and tax what people take out of the ground under their own property. They have to report how much water they took out of their well each month, and they're charged for that just like a water bill. And that's crazy. It's crazy. They always go. Yeah, that's true. That's true. They always go for New York City, but I was going to make a comment there, but I'm not going to do it. But the way California is, treating its residents, no wonder people are leaving there more and more every day. It's ridiculous. I just hope wherever they go, a lot of them's coming here to Florida. And hopefully they won't come here and vote like they did out there and turn this into a shithole like they did California. But maybe they got smart. Maybe that 3,000-mile journey across the country gave them a little intelligence. But I don't know. You never know. One more thing I want to, tap into here before we go on to our prepping stuff is this lovely lady right here. There has never been a bigger POS in the history of this country. They pushed that semi-automatic weapons ban through last week, like I think I told you they were going to last Monday night. I saw that coming. There's just so many communist and unconstitutional, Democrats in the House of Representatives right now. They're just trying everything they can to try to take control of us. But they got that through. Hopefully it'll die in the Senate. Hopefully it'll never go to the floor in the Senate. If Chuck Schumer don't think he has the votes to pass that, he might not even bring it up for a vote. But thankfully, they changed some things in that law since we talked last week. If you remember, it was all pretty much cut and dry. Their summary was one sentence, but they added several things during the week before it went to a vote. Then they took some things out before it went to a vote because they knew the way it was presented, it wasn't going to pass. But what they did, they put a grandfather clause in there where if you own a semi-automatic weapon now, you can keep it. It's just in the future, people are not going to be able to buy them. I don't know if this thing has a sunset clause on it, if it expires or what, but hopefully it does. But here's the kicker. If I pass away and I have a semi-automatic weapon, I can't just leave that to my son. If I do, he's supposed to take that weapon to a FFL dealer, get a background check, and register that weapon. Now, I ain't a very smart guy. I'm just an old redneck boy, all right? But I know one thing for damn sure. If I don't want the government to know what I have, I'm not going to take it to a federal firearms licensed dealer so they can record it. I mean, if I had a semi-automatic weapon, and my son got it, I don't think it's anybody's business that he got it. Now, a lot of the weapons that was in that bill originally, they took out. So the way it was originally written, if you had like a little 22 caliber semi-automatic pistol, it was going to be illegal. But now that's gone. They took that out. And like I said, they put that grandfather clause in, which is a joke. If you give your gun to somebody, if you leave it to somebody, sell it to somebody, you're not supposed to. I'm not saying that you shouldn't report it. I'm just saying, according to this law, you're not supposed to do that. So that's up to you, not up to me. But I mean, this joke on the screen right here, I'll leave that right there. Everybody's hoping that in November, a lot of this stuff will turn around, but I'm pretty skeptical of that too. I don't think there's going to be a lot of change come November, no matter who's in control. because it goes far beyond congressmen and senators and even the president. What's going on in this world goes far beyond those people. You know, it's all about the money. And, you know, if you know who Klaus Schwab is, if you don't, go look that up. You know, that's the guy running the world right there. But, you know, you never know what might happen. Maybe it'll all turn around one day. I just don't see it. I think we've gone too far down the rabbit hole. It's all got to fall before it can be built back up. Right now, I don't want things to keep going the way they are, but I damn sure don't want it all to collapse. Hopefully we can get it turned around, but I just don't see it happening. I might be wrong. Patty 7880. I think you're new here. I appreciate you coming in. Never seen you here before. I'm glad you joined us though.
Fluffy's here.
Yeah, Fluffy Otter's in the house. Yeah, Fluffy's here a lot. Appreciate her being here too. I'm going to take a shot of my apple juice here. Hang on a second. Yep, got my apple juice. Hopefully you got something to quench your thirst too. So, oh, and one more thing before we get on to the solar stuff and the food stuff. This has been in the news that the carrier Ronald Reagan is in the South China Sea off of Taiwan. They're using that to kind of stir up stuff in the news. But that's normal, folks. Whenever we have a dignitary in Asia at the level of Pelosi or the VP or, you know, the Senate Majority Leader, whatever, we have an aircraft carrier group close by just in case. That's normal. So that's basically the media playing on all the hype. So don't worry about that. Like I said, that's normal. But what I want to talk to you about tonight is mainly is your backup power systems. Don't know if you have any. If you don't, you really need to get something, even if it's portable. We haven't had any brownouts yet that I've heard of. Has anybody out there heard of a brownout anywhere in the country? All these utilities were talking about the possibility of that this summer, but I haven't seen anything yet. I might have missed it, but we still need to get ready for it just in case. Winter's bad. We knew what happened last winter in Texas. Them poor folks down there. I think actually some people froze to death during that. So if you got some kind of little portable source or some way to heat something or cool something, you know, it's going to be great. But you might want to consider getting you a solar power system. If it's just a couple, you know, maybe a couple thousand watts, a couple of hundred watts. It's going to keep your cell phone charged. It's going to keep your computer charged. It's also going to provide you some light. And like I said, that cell phone, that's vital because pretty much every network news station has a website you can go to or an app you can download and get information. And you really need that during times of emergency. When things are bad, you know, here in Florida, hey, we know about that. When Hurricane Irma rolled through, knocked all the power out for a couple of days, I said, that's never going to happen again. You know, I had some portable systems, but I decided, no, I'm going to kick things up a little bit and I'm going to build me a good solar system. And I did. Thankfully, that was what stopped it all. I knew once I had everything ready to go, it'd never happen again. Ain't that the way it goes?
John said Rebecca's coworker in Texas has been experiencing power outages.
Oh, really? I hadn't heard anything about that. But I know Texas was one of those places they said was going to be vulnerable.
Yeah, their power system's not good.
During this heat. And that's kind of strange because Texas used to be the one power grid. There's 3 power grids in the United States. You got the East, the West, and Texas. And Texas was the one that was the most reliable for a long time. So if they're having trouble, you know, it's going to be a strain everywhere. I know Lake Mead is really, really low. and they're not. And one of their generators was shut down after a fire. What, last week, 2 weeks ago? But they're not generating the power they were in the past, so that might be a problem. We used to have during hurricane for sure. Fox 35, yeah, Fox 35 has probably one of the best apps. I think the
But
best.
They don't have Tom Terry.
I was about to say, I'm gonna give my man Tom Terry a shout out here over on Channel 9. He's probably the best we have in Orlando when it comes to this
He's my boyfriend during
hurricane stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Pam's in love with him.
During hurricanes only.
She told me about the night she slept with him.
Hurricane Charlie, baby.
When Charlie rolled through, she was with him all night, she said. But I was watching the same thing. You know, we were several miles apart and really didn't know each other back then, but there we were connected right there. We were both watching Tom Terry while this hurricane was going through. I made a video that showed you how to make your own solar power generator that'll power, you know, like I said, your phone, a light, a little fan if you need to. If you hadn't watched it, go over on my channel and watch it there. It's a pretty good little box. I mean, I've used one for about 3 years now. My daughter uses one I made for her when she goes camping. They sit and watch movies all night, and that little box powers their phones. Well, no, their iPad while they watch movies. Poinciana, Florida, Dog Mom, 1983. All right, thanks for joining us. I appreciate you coming in. Want to ask you guys, does anybody out there use any wind power generators? I've never done that. Never got into that. I was wondering if anybody out there had one, and it's, you know, how much it generates or how well it works or whatever. But like I said, I hadn't gotten into wind. I've gotten into solar. We've got a pretty good solar setup at our bug out location. It's ready to go. Don't matter. They can knock the lights out. I'm going to have light. I'm going to have air conditioning. I'm going to have refrigeration. But they can do what they want to do because I'm ready for it. And I got an email, a couple of emails actually from people this week talking about emergency food. I've recommended a couple of YouTube channels to them. Biggs Prep was one that I recommended. Linda's Prepper Kitchen was another one I recommended, but their problem was they're not able to get or afford, I should say, they're not able to afford a lot of these dehydrated foods that's out there on the market right now. And they have gone through the roof. It's ridiculous. No wind in the forest. That's right, Biggs. It's kind of hard to get a lot of wind in them trees up there. Yeah. I used to go camping up there in Ocala. That was a lot of fun. That's a great place up there. But the people that were looking for food and saying they couldn't afford it, I always have to recommend the basics. You know, beans and rice. They store forever. You seal them up right, they're good forever. Right now, they're still cheap. But you need to get out there and get that food. If you don't have a lot right now, you need to get out there and get it. The way things are going, the way our economy is going, the way the supply chain's going, things are only going to get worse. They're not going to get better. Prices are only going to get higher. Even during the Great Depression back in the 20s and 30s, there was food available. Problem was it was so damn high, people couldn't afford it.
Keystone meats.
Keystone's great stuff. You're right, Chris, it is. But that stuff has gone through the roof, man. When you can find it, that is some good stuff, but you're going to pay for it. I think right now, Keystone's about $10 for a can of beef, $8 or $9 for a can of pork. Where a year ago, that same can was $4.95. So it's basically doubled in price. I found another product that's similar to that. I'm going to do a video on this week, probably on Wednesday or Thursday. That looks pretty good. You'll be able to compare it to what Keystone is. I'm going to compare it to the Great Value brand. It's a can of roast beef for this new company that I found. And for, like I said, the Great Value, we're going to compare those and see what it looks like. It sounds promising. I'll put it that way. You shake the can, there's a world of difference. So that's what made me want to do a video on it. Sounds like we got some good hearty stuff that's coming out by a new distributor, and I'm going to show it to you in a new video. So if anybody has anything they want to ask me about, go for it. If you want to shoot me an email, you got my email address, theorlandoprepper@gmail.com. But right now, I'm just going to say, keep an eye on the news. We got China trying to stir stuff up. Fancy Nancy, and her dumb ass. It's kind of funny to me that she's stirring all this up, talking about going to Taiwan now, after her husband was caught insider trading. And that was on the news for a few days. And now all that's gone away because she's got this other thing stirred up here. It's like, don't look at this hand, look at this one.
Don't look behind the curtain.
But maybe I'm wrong on that. I'm not saying I wouldn't take advantage of insider information, but it's so blatant with these people. They don't care. It's ridiculous. We have a two-tier justice system now. We have the elites and we have the people, and it's handled differently on both ends, and it's ridiculous. It's just 13 watching and only 10 likes. Smash that like a button, folks. Thank you, Prep. Thank you, Biggs. It's hard to build an audience here. I know that, especially since I only have a couple of thousand subscribers. I sometimes get more views not sometimes, every time. I get more views when this is posted as a video instead of a live stream. So that's a good thing.
Michael wants to know if you tried the Great Value beef stew. That's the one you're going to test online, right?
I'm trying the
Your video?
Great Value canned beef, not beef stew. Like I said, I'm going to post that up probably Wednesday or Thursday. Just be on the lookout for it. When you pick up a can of the Great Value beef and you shake it, you can hear that water in there. There's a lot of water in that can. So I'm going to open it up and compare it to this new brand that I found. It's all about redirect. You're correct. You're correct, Chris. It is indeed. Plus, I've been hearing from other prepper channels, people that have other prepper channels, that they've been kind of shadow banned lately. Like, they're trying to stop us from reaching out to as many people as possible. But I don't know about that. I mean, I'm not a tech guy. And the only reason this picture looks as good as it is now is because I went through a learning process. When I started, I was a dumbass. I'll be the first one to admit it. I thought I could just turn this little laptop on and start, turn the camera on, start talking. Go back and check out some of my earlier videos. You'll see the difference.
We got somebody new. Mrs. Jobs.
Miss Jobs. All right. You're in Clay County. And I've just subscribed. Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming on board with us. Hopefully I can teach you a thing or two here, and you can swap some ideas with me and teach me a couple of things. That's what I want. That's why I do this. I want to help. Here's something I wasn't going to talk about, but I'm going to do it. I got an offer from a medical company about a month ago wanting to pay me to promote their item. And I thought, nope, not going to do it. I'm not here to make money. That's not what this is for. I'm here to help people. Thought about it for about a week, and I thought, well, hey, what the hell? I might as well make a little money while I'm helping people. And right when I started, right when I was going to tell them, yeah, this is a good deal, I'll enter this agreement with you, I backtracked. I said, nope, that's not why I'm doing this. I might wind up promoting them anyway, but if I do, it's not going to be for money. It's going to be because I believe in what they're doing. They're getting antibiotics to people. They're actual doctors. The company's I think in Las Vegas or Los Angeles, and they can send you antibiotics to store. But I'm still back and forth on that. I might do it. I might not. I'm not sure. But if you hear me promote any item here, it's not because I'm trying to make money. I'm not going to make a penny off of any of this. I promise you. It's going to be because I think it helps you out. Oh, me. Miss Jobs heard you in the background. I couldn't do this without Lady Prepper. That's a fact. She supports me in all of these efforts and all of my crazy ideas like this. Whoever thought, a crazy old redneck could be live streaming on YouTube to people. But I'm only going to bring you the truth. That's an absolute fact. Oh, I got a question for you guys. You like the new background? Proud of my curtain. I'm proud of my curtains right there. Yeah. Let me know. Well, if you like this one or the other one better, let me know. So this one looks a little busy. I know that, but let me see if I can get this up here. Hang on here. Right here. Right there. What is that? There we go. There's my new curtains right there. That's what's right behind me there. Lady Prepper made those for me. She knew I needed them. So if you like this background better than the other background, let me know. Chris kind of likes it. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I'm doing an informal survey. Just let me know. Shoot me an email, leave a comment, whatever. The old background with that wall or the new background with this wall. And I actually did all this woodwork back here. It's like pallet wood that I got together and, made a wall out of it. It's like an accent wall, but yeah. All right, then. I'm going to get out of here now. The things that I want you to think about, like I said, get you a power source, even if it's just a small one, just in case the lights go out, especially here in Florida. We know hurricanes are coming. Got a website that I follow that you can see storms developing. When they post this as a video on my page, I'll pop that website up there so you can go check it. And it's just live shot of the globe, and you can zoom in on any kind of weather pretty much anywhere. Patty likes the new one. I appreciate it. A lot more rustic. Yeah, it is. Nikki L's in the house. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm glad you're back. Yeah. All right. Nikki L. How long has it been since you've been here? I don't know. I know it's been at least a couple of weeks, maybe a month. But I'm glad you're here with us. But I've talked long enough, rambled long enough here. It's been almost 30 minutes. Don't want to take up too much of your time. I appreciate you being with me. I truly do. And if you're new here, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button. If any of my videos you find it helpful, hopefully you'll share it with your friends or click that little bell and give me a like. The more of those we get, the more it pushes this channel up for people to find. And you just help me out when you do that. So with that, I'm going to say stay strong, stay patriotic, pray for our country. When I say stay patriotic, I don't mean to what's happening right now. I mean to the principles we were founded on. We got to bring that back, folks. If we don't, we'll never get back on track. What you got?
Ms. Jobs wants to know, when can we expect another video? Is there a schedule?
Every Monday night at 8 o'clock. I always post on Monday morning that I'm coming on Monday night. So every Monday night at 8 o'clock, probably until football season. I ain't going up against the NFL.
Then you do videos during the week.
Yeah, but just check my channel every now and then. I do 2 or 3 videos every week. Hopefully they'll help you out. If you got any recommendations, if you want to see anything, shoot me an email or leave a comment. Anything you want me to do prepper related, I'll do it. We all need to learn here. You can teach me something. I'm not a teacher. I'm sharing. I'm just somebody that shares. And I like to learn as much as I like to teach. So help me out with that. Thanks for coming in, Miss Jobs. A couple of other new people in there, and I appreciate it very much. Like I said, if you see anything on this channel that helps you out, share it with your friends because it'll only help them out too. And with that, the Orlando Prepper is going to be out of here.